Hello, my name's Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So, I wanted to tell you what a dangerous occupation I'm undertaking making these videos. Yes, it's very dangerous indeed. That's beside, glasses, you can cut yourself on glass. Beside all of that, me going around various places poking my fingers at things going, I think it's this, I think it's that. Yeah, that's very dangerous indeed. Yeah, and how can I? Lots of people copied each other, and some of the differences are almost indistinguishable. And then people were copying each other in real time, so to speak. Also, they were copying themselves later. There's all sorts of stuff going on. There's all sorts of shenanigans going on with glass from China at the moment, and that happened historically with other glass makers. So yeah, there's all sorts of stuff, and there's loads of stuff that you're never going to ID. You're never ever going to ID it, because even back in the murks of time in the UK, there was no proper copywriting. People just copied like crazy. Someone was making something, it was selling well, we're going to make that too. It's the nature of the beast. Okay, so I thought I'll do this little video to say, yeah, I am not going to get it always right. Okay, I'm going to make lots of mistakes, regardless of me doing verbal diarrhea and just saying the wrong thing when I've said something and I meant something else and whatever, and getting my centuries wrong and all sorts of bollocks that I do. But yeah, it's not easy. And I wanted to show you a couple of examples of how things from different countries and different times and different manufacturers can be almost exactly the same, or exactly the same, and you don't really know. So I just go with, I think it's this, I think it's that, but you don't always really know. So with that said, I'm going to show you a few bits. So let's get on. This is the Stuart Crystal 1927 catalogue that I've downloaded from the Stuart Crystal Collectors Facebook group. And this is what we're interested in here. So this is a post-war, it was called Stratford. Before the war it didn't have a name. It's the 699. Yeah, get that right. So yeah, it just had a number beforehand, but it's called Stratford. It was used as the basis of a lot of different shapes. But anyway, look very carefully at this decanter here. Yeah, this Stratford one from this is 27, but it's actually designed in 1921, the actual decanter. Let me show you something. Look very careful. Can I press this? Is that going to make it bigger? Oh, no. Anyway, look very carefully at this decanter here. Look at it. And click back. Look at that. Flat cut top, panel neck, some rings, molded rings here. Got Prussian, was known as a Prussian shape. So flat cut top, panel neck, molded rings, Prussian shape, called Imperial here though. So this is the Hadland catalogue from 1935. I've downloaded it from the Mats Lindor website, and yeah, it looks like they're doing the Stratford, but they're calling it Imperial. They also did tumblers. So here it is here. Yeah. Still Imperial. If we go back to Stuart. Now, this Imperial, or this Stratford, is slightly different shape, but look at these ones. These are the same shape. And if you jump forward to 1938, oh look, the shapes of the glasses had changed, and they were doing glasses this shape. They were doing them, see, like this. they were still doing it in this original 21699 shape with a little flash, but they were also doing these other modifications of the same shape with the same rounded body. So that looks the same as that. Yeah. And also, just for fun, I thought I'd just put this in. It's supposed to be for export only, but this is by Dima, a mass producer. They were making these with, I think they've got a safety room. So these are mass-produced glasses. They'll be soda glass. I suspect some of these will have got back to the UK because probably made export places were probably places like Canada, New Zealand, Australia, and places like that. So I imagine these were flooding back, and they were probably not producing them for the UK, or not saying they were producing them for the UK, because they were registered patents by Stuart Crystal. So yeah, but that probably doesn't count much for once you get it away from the UK. But I imagine plenty of them came back. So we've got 3 different companies. One's a mass producer, which you could probably tell quite easily because it's got this safety rim, which is like a little rounded edge, which is, so when things are machine made, they quite often have a little rounded rim, and it would be soda glass as well. So you could pick that up, clunk the edge, and you would know straight away. But when you're talking about Hadland make good glass. They make lead crystal, so this will be lead crystal, and so will these. So yeah. And Hadland was importing to the UK. Whether they were importing UK to the Imperial into the UK or not, whether they were making it under license or they were just copying it because no registration in Norway, I don't know. I think I've spotted a couple of other patterns on there that are also very like UK ones, but yeah, that's one of your problems. You see what I mean about IDing stuff? I'm pointing and going, oh, that's Stratford. But it might be Hadland. I don't know. It might be. So yeah, that's one of the difficulties. And you're going to get this a lot. You'll get things that are where you're misidentifying things because you've Googled it and everybody's saying it's this and it's not. But there's some things which are so closely copied. And we are talking in the 20th century, not just back in the the 19th century or the 18th century, things that are so closely copied, you really can't tell. Or you don't even know they've been copied. I would suspect these are probably made in Bohemia as well or something. Who knows? But anyway, I'm going to show you something else now. So let's move on. So now we're looking at the Whitefriars Glassworks website. This is the Widart catalogue. It's a pre-war catalogue. I don't think he gives a year for it, but it's pre-war. The writing up here looks very Art Nouveau almost. But anyway, the item that we need to be looking at is this one here. Look very carefully at this one. Yeah. Now let me show you something else. Here we're looking at the Journal of the Glass Association, Volume 8, 2008. This is a facsimile of the Elverson catalogue, who imported glass from Strombergshyttan in the 1930s. And look at this vase here with a little ball foot, panel molded body. It's got a slightly scalloped edge at the top, but yeah, look at that. Sizes 8 and 9 inches. Yeah. And now look at this again. Look at this. 7.5 inches. Got a little ball stem. Nice OG shape. Panel molded. Foot. Doesn't have a scalloped edge though. But very, very similar. Very similar. So, yeah. And it just so happens I have a couple of vases. Very similar to each other. Foot looks about the same. This foot a little bit thicker, I think, than this one. You've got panel molding. They're both panel molded. I think this one's got probably more sides to it, I think, than the other one. This one's got 6 sides. Difference is this one's got a scalloped edge. This one doesn't. So, does that mean this one's Wood Art and this one's Stromberg's Heighten, imported by Elverson? I don't know. Let's have a look at the height. Oh, that's 7.5 inches. And oh, that's 7.5 inches. Yeah. Now, I'm pretty certain this one's Elverson. Okay, it's got the scalloped edge. The colour is called Straw. I've got lots of other things in that colour by Elverson, so I'm happy about this one. This one, though, unfortunately, I also have other things by Elverson in this colour too. And the Wood Art catalogue doesn't tell you about the colours, gits. So, but this one doesn't have a scalloped edge. If you put it like this, it has slightly wavy, but I wouldn't call that scalloped, whereas that is clearly scalloped. So I think this is Wood Art and I think this is Stromberg's Heighten. Different countries, different makers. I think this is made by Whitefriars for Wood Art, and this is made by Stromberg's Heighten. But Stromberg's Elverson was, I think, also selling glass to Wood Art as well. But this the Wood Art catalogue is in the Whitefriars website. So what's going on here? Yeah, it's all a bit murky. People copying each other and stuff. You wouldn't believe it, would you? You know, the shape of the bowls, you know, when I'm feeling it like this, it's difficult because of the optics and the colour difference, but I can feel it and go, yeah, they feel the same shape. So, yeah, and they both have pontles. Yeah. Oh, don't break them now. Yeah, both have about similar size pontles, in fact, just to add to the fun. This ball's a bit rounder than this one. Yeah, does that mean anything? Probably not. Yeah, so really difficult to know, be certain 100%, and this is the danger. So there you have it. Difficulty. Some things are just so close together or just straightforward copied from each other. You're not going to be always 100% right. And nobody, sometimes you're not going to be 100% right and nobody's even going to know. Yeah. And some stuff, you're never going to identify it. You're just not. Okay. I do my best to help. You saw the factory drawings I downloaded from Stuart, if you follow me. And I put them on the Facebook group. You know, everything post-war, but there'll be the pre-war stuff, and then there'll be the 19th century stuff. Yeah, and that's not out in public. I do try to get things out in public just to give you an idea of what's coming. It's going to be a while because I'm doing some things that making me a bit more busy, but yeah, just so happens that I have the next thing I'm going to load is the 1957 factory drawings from Whitefriars. Oh, these are photographs. It's actually a photocopy of the photograph, so not genius. But there's things in here I've not seen in any of the catalogues. So, yeah, there's stuff out there. There is stuff out there that, you know, for every manufacturer, not just this. I mean, I have some other things that I'm going to load as well from other manufacturers. But, yeah, there is stuff out there that we're never going to see it. It just doesn't exist. Companies made it. There's no record, anything, you know. So that is the nature of the beast. You know, I'm going to be wrong sometimes. I do my best. My little brain can't take everything. But I'm trying really hard. I'm trying to learn this stuff. I spend hours flicking through things trying to figure out what stuff is. So, yeah. But anyway, with that said, the references I've used will be in the description below. And yes, so please remember to like and subscribe. There will be more films. I have another place that I went to. I'm going to do another film before I do those though. Yeah, thank you for watching and have a really good night. Thank you. Good night.